Ronda Rousey appeared on the Lapsed Fan podcast this week and had a lot to say about her wrestling career. Firstly, she says that she's pretty much retired from pro wrestling.
And I mean, the business is in the rearview mirror, right, Rhonda? I mean, not to lead the witness.
I'd say so. I got into WWE because I wanted to be able to wrestle with my girls, you know, the four horsewomen, and be able to wrestle with my friends. And they kind of dangled that carrot for my whole run and never let it happen. And then the second run, they kept dangling it. And then by the end, I was like, I'm fucking leaving unless I can wrestle with Shayna. And that's how I was able to do it at all. And
I say hallelujah, good riddance. Ronda in her prime, absolutely a special talent, both in the UFC and in the WWE, but much like Matt Riddle, once she fell off, yikes. Post-pandemic Ronda Rousey was a dramatically different performer to how good she was in her early WWE career. She also had a detailed shoot about her refusal to tap out to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
It was proposed that I tap out to her armbar at Survivor Series.
Okay.
And I said my mother would disown me. Anytime anyone's actually ever armbarred me in my real life, I've just let them dislocate it and I limp arm out. That's why I have my ligaments are all fucked on this arm.
Right.
So
shit.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Anytime anyone ever choked me in competition, I just went out. I don't tap. Yeah. I know tap, motherfucker.
Right.
That's how it is.
That's
I'm not going to agree with Ronda on some of her points, but on this one, I partially understand. I can see why having an MMA fighter tap out to a WWE wrestler a year into her run would be damaging. But equally, the least you could have done is take the pin properly. I mean, come on. I just get the vibe off the back of this interview that she purposely messed up the roll-up at Mania.
Weight needed on her. Piper's pin. Left leg. Shoulders down. Shoulders down.
Ronda even discussed problems working with Alexa Bliss. Ronda found it ridiculous that WWE had her wrestling Alexa just because Bliss was the top merchandise seller at the time.
Would be the case when you beat Alexa Bliss. It was Alexa Bliss, right? You beat for the title first time.
Fighting Alexa Bliss at all was fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
and you want to know why they had me against Alexa Bliss?
Yes.
Because she had the most merch sales at the time.
Right, exactly.
On that side. Like, what the fuck?
And
like,
right
that's
there.
Your decision-making process?
Like, you should have gone in there and armbar in first thing, and it's done. And you just beat her. Like, that to me, like, you should have been just crushing people. And
I
think
talking sense in a nonsensical world.
That's
how
exactly
you end
it.
up going crazy.
I know.
That's how you end up leaving after your second run, being like, "Fuck this! I'm writing a comic book."
Which, I hate to break it to you, but Alexa cleared you at that time. And that's saying a lot because I think Ronda's work in the year 2018 was superb. I will 100% give her flowers, especially for that Nia Jax match at Money in the Bank, which over-delivered. I will 100% go and openly admit I was a fan of Ronda Rousey in those late 2010s years. She definitely ran away from the UFC after everything that happened there, but the way she transitioned into WWE was absolutely incredible. But Money in the Bank 2018, of course, being the same night Alexa Bliss also cashed in her contract.
Alexa Bliss cashes in. Alexa Bliss is champion.
But you have to understand, Alexa Bliss from 2017 to 2019 was special. Ronda fails to realize that when it comes to merch, working with one of the top sellers is actually only getting her more over with a new audience. High sales of merch equals demand, and demand means the person you're working with is going to help you draw more money. The more asses you put in seats, the better the box office performs, and the easier it is to justify those big paychecks you had, Ronnie. It is a basic level of understanding when it comes to business like this, and it blows my mind that she went this far not understanding that.
This just proves that you can be whatever you want to be. So dare to dream and dream big.
Alexa's mic work during this era was also flawless.
I'm looking out here at every one of you, and the reality is that none of you will ever accomplish any of your dreams.
Her in-ring work was solid and it fit who she was, and she was easily one of WWE's standout characters of the time. It's actually one of the reasons why I wish she would just go back to being Little Miss Bliss as a heel, because it by far revealed the most of her personality. It's a similar issue now with Tiffany Stratton, where it's clear that some people just work better as a heel. Then when you turn babyface like Alexa or Tiffany, they can still be entertaining but don't have nearly as many layers as they did as a bad guy. I understand the Fiend tribute and having Lily the doll, but the time has passed respectfully.
That's what had to, like, that's what made me have to step away, because it got to the point where I'm just like, they're never going to allow me to make it as good as it can be, and like meeting them halfway in this range of mediocrity is like crushing my soul. So I can't continue to do that. So I'm gonna go fucking be awesome and doing other things. And I'll take everything that I learned from pro wrestling and apply it elsewhere into my other passions.
It's just incredible to me that someone who fell off so hard can be so full of it. And it gets to a point with Ronda Rousey where the more she continues to talk like this, the more it's satisfying to see her downfall in wrestling and back when she was in the UFC. But in more positive news in the women's division, SmackDown is tonight, and we may very well be hours away from the return of AJ Lee. Fans have now discovered this moment from Raw as far back as May this year, where you can see it says, "Let's light it up" behind Seth freaking Rollins. Rumors suggest they may have been working on this return as far back as the spring of this year. I will also announce I don't usually do like reactions to the weekly shows, but I think I'm gonna have to do it for tonight's SmackDown. So those will be available through my YouTube shorts on my social medias, so keep an eye out. And if it's the kind of thing that you guys like, then I'll continue to try and do it for weekly events. Speaking of SmackDown tonight, Brock Lesnar is also scheduled to be in Chicago, the home of the show. It appears we may just get a confrontation during Cena's final appearance in the Windy City. Cena's retirement match has also been announced to now be taking place in Washington, D.C. and not Boston, Massachusetts. It'll still be at Saturday night's main event, but the show is now confirmed for Washington, D.C., meaning Cena's final appearance in Boston will be in November for an episode of Monday Night Raw, which also means Cena's remaining dates are as follows. We've got SmackDown tonight in Chicago, Illinois, Raw in Springfield, Massachusetts on the 15th, WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis, Indiana on September 20th, Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia on October 11th, Raw in Boston, Massachusetts on November 10th, Raw in New York City at Madison Square Garden on November 17th, Survivor Series in San Diego, California on November 29th, and then finally his retirement match at SNME on December 13th. I'll be so real, I am tempted as hell to fly out for Cena's final match in Washington, so if any of my fellow content creators are pulling up, hit my DMs ASAP. People are speculating that Crown Jewel will probably just be a Lesnar rematch given that there will be no build for it. Personally, I'd prefer Cena to do Lesnar once and then do an open challenge for the Saudi crowd. I also wonder if he will compete in War Games as his penultimate match. John Cena insinuated that unfortunately AJ Styles will not be one of his final opponents, and that is why he paid homage to him by doing a Styles clash at Clash in Paris.
You know, I'm honestly trying not to reflect on it too much because there's always another match to have. My favorite match is always my next one, and thanks to your perspective that I seem reinvigorated out there. I will say that I've had a lot of opponents over the years, and with 8 appearances left, I know I'm not going to be able to wrestle everybody who was influential in my career, but I think you saw tonight the best way I can say thank you to some of those people who have been affected or have affected my career is to kind of pay homage by maybe taking some risks and doing some stuff that I don't normally do out there. I got to shout out AJ, but I'm just saying, hopefully I can do more of that and take my game to a different level and in turn do what we're supposed to do, and that's entertain the fans.
Which might be one of the most depressing realities I've ever been in. Like, you're telling me we wasted so much time in John Cena's final year on that dud of a heel turn and many dates which had no substance? Even if we weren't gonna get a full AJ Styles feud, here's what I would have done. You remember when Styles and Cena first went face to face on Raw and the crowd lost their minds?
I have been waiting for this moment for a long time.
You recreate that and have Cena say, maybe we should give the people one last piece of friendly competition.
I know we've been in 2 different worlds, but here we are right now in this very ring.
I would have had it on the main event of SmackDown, part of the SmackDown Live original core in 2016, one final time. And if the person running things wasn't a bold fraud, I would have had it be for the IC title as well, which AJ Styles would have won from Dominic Mysterio by now, but sadly, that's not the reality I live in. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, I have to share this video of Penta calling Dom Mysterio a motherfucker.
Dominic Mysterio.
Chingue toda su madre, Dominic Mysterio. Obviously said.
What did you just say?
Motherfucker.
And a man I'd love to see go for the IC title is Ilya Dragunov. It's reported that Ilya is either close to 100% or is already cleared for in-ring return. And let me tell you something, that return is going to hit, okay? You're gonna see me swinging. Dun, 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 dun. Then, more people need to be like the legendary Taz. He explained his decision to have his 2300 Arena Hardcore Hall of Fame induction off screen by saying, quote, "We have lots of current in-ring wrestlers that should get the TV time. This isn't about me, it's 2025. Literal definition of good guy Jones. Taz, you are the man. I appreciate you. You're the best." Then, Rusev said his time in AEW helped him gain his confidence and that he ultimately returned to WWE to become world champion.
I was there for a few years. I beat up quite a few people, and I've gained my confidence way more than I had before in WWE. All the experience from the years before, what I've been taught by John Cena, by The Big Show, by all these great, amazing superstars that I fought in WWE, I had to put to test right when I was in AEW to form, you know, I had to use everything I've learned. And after I did that, after I experimented, after I saw that I'm the best one there, I thought it was time to come back. No doubt, because I still have the goal to be a world heavyweight champion here in WWE.
I don't know how much I can see him becoming world champion in WWE, but that certainly seems like a potential path for him by the end of next year. At least as a big gold world heavyweight champion, I don't see him winning the WWE championship. It's a shame he left AEW in some ways because his momentum when he was TNT champion doing those God promos had him on track to be an AEW world champion. Then people were being really weird with Rhea Ripley in Paris. I'm sure you've seen this video this week of her walking around, fans harassing her for photos, not letting her leave in her Uber. It really is not that hard, but some of you just don't seem to get it. Just because you see these people on TV does not mean that you know them. This weird parasocial relationship that some of you have, it needs to stop, okay? Treat people exactly how you would treat other strangers on the street. It is not that hard. You don't know Rhea Ripley, do not act like you do. It's the same with that Sheamus video where more rabid Paris fans almost injured a woman just because they saw Sheamus.
Yeah. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. It's okay. I got it. It's okay.
Rhea went on to say, quote, "Remember, we are people. Do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies. No one should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver door and completely mobbed like I just experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no, WTF." Rhea has gone on record before to talk about how much she hates when fans do this as well.
But like, I get like real bad anxiety, and I don't like when people like swarm me because I freak out, and it happens real bad whenever we go to Universal or something. Like, man, I try and hide my best. I really do.
Then I have to share this hilarious video of Raven not realizing that Zack Ryder was Matt Cardona, who is sitting right next to him.
Wasn't there a third member in your crew at some point?
Yeah, it's Mark. He's right there. He's running the controls.
I'm hiding.
Yeah. No, another guy.
Swoggle was like a mascot. Are you talking about Hornswoggle?
No, not your, who was the guy?
Edge?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about, there was a guy who did he did all those YouTube videos. He got over and then New York wouldn't push him.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah. Holy shit.
Shows how much I watch.
Yeah, Matt was Zack Ryder in WWE. Is that what you're looking for? Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's. Yeah.
We also had Obafemi recently speak about the potential of a big match with Gunther.
Are you still interested in that match down the road?
I am. Has to be for the right reasons.
What do you mean by that?
Not just because the fans said so.
Okay.
I have to want to fight Gunther. He has to want to fight me. There has to be a good reason. There has to be a good cause. Can't just happen because
fans say it's a dream match.
Because fans say it's a dream match.
Gotcha.
I think he's right. You can't just do this on Monday Night Raw. Obafemi's entire first few years on main roster have to already have been given some thought. You can't have a guy like that get called up and then not know what to do with him. You just can't. Equally, you can't have him come up just to make him repetitive and beat smaller jobbers for months on end like some Ryback bullshit. Give him effective, gritty feuds and matches that he can win and dominate, and maybe even a mid-card title along the way.